I've got great news. Under this beautiful towel are scones. Yes, scones. I love scones. I have friends that say scones are too dry. I say to those friends, I'm not in love with you anymore. Well, I like you, but not as much as before that comment. It's actually one friend. Her name's Kira. She's wrong. These are the best scones I've ever made, and I'm going to show you how we did it, and then you're going to make them too. Scones kind of rhymes with gnomes. Let's make scones. Okay, here we go. Making scones with some heavy cream and an egg and some cornmeal. Yeah, that's what makes it all kind of like crunchy. And then some baking powder, some salt, of course, the almighty salts, the almightier sugar, blueberries. Look at the blueberries. If you want to go back and check out my hand modeling so far, I think you'll see that my hands have really improved. A cup of flour, a whole bunch of flour. Oh, did you see my hand modeling on that? Bench scraper, this is for chopping up the butter. And we are off. If you see, there's a gnome up there. There's also a pug, if you can see the pug. Okay, so you put the cream and the egg in, and you whisk that all up, and then you put it aside. That's just going to rest and wait for us as we put together all of the dry ingredients. Oh, no. Okay, so you want to throw some flour in. This, by the way, is based on Sister Pie. Sister Pie is this amazing bakery out of Detroit, and this is their recipe, and I take it and then mess it up. But no, I do a pretty good job because it is a great recipe. So you mix these dry ingredients, mix them all together. I always like this part. It's kind of satisfying, just mixing the dry. It's no work. It just kind of all flows together. Okay, butter. Here's the thing. Bet you got your little scraper, and you need to do, the butter has to be cold. So you want to use it at the last minute, and you want to be quick about it. Because when you're making baked goods that you want them to be flaky and have layers, you want the butter to be cold because it releases more water and steam, and if it's too mushy, you'll end up with flat stuff. So then you take your little scrapey scrape, and now you're mushing it up. And basically what you want to do is get the butter down to like pea size. Get down to like the size of little peas, which are smaller than the blueberries. And then you push it all together, and you're working kind of quickly at this point because you're using your hot hands, and you're throwing in your cream. But remember, the butter is still in there. We still want it to be kind of chilled. Now, if it's really cold, you don't have to panic. You don't have to freak out. You're going to be just fine. You mix this all together, and then with the tips of your fingers, as they say at Sister Pie, you start pushing this all together firmly, but again, not mushing it to the point where you're squishing out everything and flattening it out. But you get it to go into one cohesive, scony, beautiful mass. This part is so satisfying. You make it into a disc and flatten it out, and it's about a little over an inch thick. Then you take your scraper and you cut. I'm telling you, when you cut through this, you are going to be this. If we were doing, what is it they call it, SMR, with that creepy stuff, you would be really enjoying the feeling of cutting the scone into 8 pieces. And then put them on the baking sheet. Gnome. Okay, so now you're going to take the heavy cream and you're going to put it on top. And then you're going to take your sugar, which is a little brown sugar and white sugar. I'll put that recipe on the side also. And don't go crazy with it. Don't go nuts. But it's nice to sprinkle it on top. It gives it, but you can really over sugar at this point. And then you put it in the oven and bake. Oh, look what we did. Look what we did. Look what we did. Gnomes. It rhymes with scones. Gnomes and scones. Gnomes and scones. Okay, here we go. Ba-dum. Ho, 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 ho. Look at that. Okay, is that good? Can you see those scones? Is that good? Look at that. See, this is like, I understand why people have a problem with scones, because you go into like a coffee shop or someplace and they've been sitting all day and they're big and they're weird and they're dry. These are so moist. The moisture from the cream, the moisture from the blueberries. All right, let me just show you. How about that? Look at that. Come on, grow up. Grow up and make a great scone. Okay. These are so good. I'm going to punch myself in the face because I've done such a good job. Now, here's the key. Don't go too heavy with the sugar. Don't go too heavy. The first time I made them, I gave them to my family. They went to school, and they all passed out by the first period. We did it. Did you do it? Have you done it? Did you press pause and then you did it? You did. Good job. So what are you watching me eat? Go eat your own scones. Hey, please, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you give us lots of likes and lots of love. Tell your friends about it. It really helps to spread the word. We really want everybody to enjoy getting baked with us as much as you would do. So don't be selfish. Help us out. We love you. We'll see you next time.